The person I trusted most in this world slept with my husband, so I quietly packed my things and handed them a clear path to be together. Most women would scream, cry, or cause a massive scene, but I chose to walk away without a single tear. They truly believed they were ruining my life, but they had absolutely no idea they were walking directly into a massive financial trap. My name is Clara, and for 5 long years, I played the role of a quiet, supportive housewife. My husband, Vance, genuinely believed that his modest corporate salary funded our incredibly comfortable lifestyle. He had absolutely no clue that my secret online consulting business brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year. I kept my wealth completely separate because he constantly mocked my professional abilities. Vance met my closest friend Brittany at a formal dinner party exactly 1 year ago. Brittany was always deeply envious of my life and constantly made passive-aggressive remarks about my clothing and appearance. She started showing up at our family home unexpectedly, wearing strong perfume and laughing loudly at every single joke Vance made. I watched their suspicious dynamic unfold with careful observation. The ultimate betrayal became undeniable on a rainy Tuesday evening when I returned home early from a regional business trip. I found the expensive silk scarf of Brittany lying directly on our bedroom floor and heard their soft whispers coming from the guest room. Instead of screaming, I closed the heavy front door softly, walked back to my vehicle, and drove straight to a reputable legal office. The experienced divorce attorney looked at my official financial statements and gasped in absolute, pure shock. He looked up and asked me if Vance truly had no idea about the massive wealth I accumulated over the years. I confirmed that my husband honestly believed I earned nothing at all. The lawyer smiled grimly, realizing that my sudden departure would completely ruin the finances of my unfaithful husband. Please take a brief moment to subscribe to this channel and press the notification bell if you enjoy stories of true justice. Your incredible support allows me to bring you more gripping personal accounts every single week. Now, let us return to the exact moment where my unfaithful husband received the biggest and most painful shock of his entire life. I explicitly instructed the attorney to draft the divorce papers immediately, with absolutely zero demands for alimony or asset division. I wanted the legal process to be as fast as possible so the cheating couple could celebrate their false victory. My ultimate goal was to remove my financial support entirely and let them experience the harsh reality of their own greed. When I walked into the grand living room the next evening, Vance and Brittany were sitting closely together on the designer sofa. I placed the final legal documents directly on the coffee table between them, without saying a single word. Vance looked down at the paperwork, turned to me, and then burst into a cruel, arrogant laugh that echoed through the house. He loudly told me that I was making a massive mistake because I could never survive in the real world without his financial provision. Brittany smirked triumphantly and hugged his arm tightly, claiming that she would take much better care of him than I ever did. I simply smiled back at them, collected my remaining personal items, and wished them both the absolute best. The delusional couple did not realize that I secretly paid the hefty mortgage, the luxury car leases, and the expensive country club fees. I funded everything through a hidden corporate account that Vance never bothered to investigate. The exact moment I signed those divorce papers, I permanently disconnected every single credit card associated with my successful business. Vance believed he was the provider, but a dark cloud was coming. I immediately moved into a gorgeous luxury penthouse downtown that I purchased entirely with my own independent funds. Meanwhile, Vance and Brittany immediately started planning an incredibly expensive wedding and throwing lavish parties to celebrate their new romance. They were living very large on multiple personal credit lines that were tied directly to the massive house that we once shared. Exactly 1 month later, the severe financial storm hit their household with full, devastating force. The primary bank sent an urgent foreclosure notice because the automated monthly payments from my corporate account had stopped completely. Vance tried to use his regular credit cards at a high-end restaurant with Brittany, but every single transaction was instantly declined in front of their wealthy friends. He frantically called my phone number repeatedly, but I blocked his contact across every single digital platform. Vance actually had to sell his expensive luxury watch just to cover the basic electricity bill for that single month. Brittany quickly began to show her true colors when the glamorous lifestyle she desperately craved suddenly vanished into thin air. They started fighting constantly about money, and their passionate romance quickly turned into a living, breathing nightmare. Brittany realized that Vance only earned a basic corporate salary that could barely cover the monthly food expenses. She quietly packed her large designer bags and left him for an older, wealthier businessman within less than 2 weeks. Vance finally discovered the shocking truth when he hired a cheap private investigator to check on my current living situation. He learned about my highly successful business enterprise and the massive annual income that I kept hidden during our entire marriage. The realization that he threw away a millionaire wife for a greedy mistress broke his spirit completely. He unexpectedly showed up at my new office building downtown, begging loudly for forgiveness and weeping openly in the busy lobby. He desperately claimed that he made a terrible mistake and still loved me deeply from the bottom of his heart. I looked down at him with complete indifference and calmly instructed the security guards to remove him. Today, I am far more successful than ever before, and my global business continues to expand rapidly. Vance is currently living in a tiny, dark studio apartment and working 2 grueling jobs just to pay off his massive legal debts. True revenge does not require extreme anger or violence, because silence and personal success are the most powerful weapons. Thank you so much for listening to my personal story until the very end. If you found this final resolution satisfying, please leave a comment below and share your honest thoughts. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more dramatic accounts. Your amazing loyalty keeps this platform alive and thriving every single day.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story. I truly appreciate your comments, feedback, and thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. See you again in the next stories.